Hello students, in our today's e-lecture we are continuing with our chapter linear equations in one variable. Today again we are going to discuss about the application of linear equation in word problems. The first question I have written here, the length of a rectangle is 20 centimeter more than its breadth and the perimeter of that rectangle is given to you 100 centimeter. You need to find the dimensions of the rectangle. What the word dimension means? You have to find the length and the breadth of the rectangle. So again, more important concept is what is given, what is required. The given is the relation between the length and the breadth of the rectangle and the perimeter, and we need to find the length and the breadth of the rectangle. The length of the rectangle is 20 centimeter more than its breadth. So let breadth of the rectangle be x. We have taken x. Now if breadth is x centimeter, then length of the rectangle must be x plus 20. Whatever the value of x, the length is more than 20. So x plus 20 will be the length of the rectangle. And now we have to form the ATQ. What is given to us? Perimeter. And we all know that the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth, and the value is given to us 100 centimeter. Now we are going to put the value of length x plus 20 and the breadth, that is x here. Now first of all we are going to solve the bracket. X plus x, 2x plus 20. Now 2 being multiplied here, get divided over there. 2x plus 20 is equal to 100 by 2, that is 50. Now 2x is equal to 50 minus 20. 2x is equal to 30 and x is equal to 30 by 2, that is equal to 15. We have taken out the breadth. Breadth of the rectangle is 15 centimeter and the length is x plus 20, and the value of x we have taken out. X is 15 plus 20 is equal to 35 centimeter. Now the next question, two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are 2 centimeter more than thrice of the third side. Both the two equal side, each 2 centimeter more than the thrice of third side, which is not given to us, but what is given to us? The perimeter of that rectangle. If what is given to us and what we have to find out, we have to find out the length of the three sides of this an isosceles triangle. Now my dear students, we all know that the two sides of an isosceles triangle are equal, and the relation between that two equal side and the third side is given to us. Two equal sides of an isosceles triangle are each 2 centimeter more than the thrice of the third side. Let the third side be x. And now these two equal sides are 2 centimeter more than thrice of this third side. The thrice of x is 3x and 2 more means you have to add 2. It means the measurement of these two equal sides are 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2. Now you are going to form ATQ. And the perimeter is sum of three sides. First side 3x plus 2, the second side again 3x plus 2, and the third side, that is x, is equal to 67. The sum of these three sides is equal to the perimeter of this triangle, which is given to us 67 centimeter. So what I did, I add all these three sides and put the value equal to 67 centimeter. Now 3x plus 3x, 6x plus 1x, 7x, and 2 plus 2, 4. This 4 has to be shifted to RHS. 67 minus 4, 7x is equal to 63 and x is equal to 63 by 7, that is equal to 9. The measurement of the third side we have taken out. The third side is equal to 9 centimeter, and the two equal sides, that the measurement is 3x plus 2, 3 into x, the value of x is 9 plus 2, 27 plus 2, that is equal to 29 centimeter. It means the measurement of the sides are, I am going to write in units, 9 centimeter, 29 centimeter and 29 centimeter. Now the next question, find the two consecutive integers whose sum is 63. What is given to us? The sum of that two consecutive integers, but the consecutive integers are not given to us. What the word consecutive means? Do you know the consecutive means the next to that number? 3 and 4, they are two consecutive numbers. What are the consecutive number to 3? 2 and 4 both. So in the counting, the number next to that given number is this consecutive. This 5, the consecutive of 5 is 4 and 6. So how to get the consecutive number? If you have assumed the first number, let the first number, both the numbers are not given to us, so you have assumed that first number be x. So the second number will be, and the number is consecutive, so either you can do x plus 1 or you can do x minus 1. It's your wish. Because the consecutive numbers are the next number, like consecutive of 3 is 2 as well as 4. So it's your wish, you want to take x plus 1 or x minus 1. Now ATQ, according to question, what is given? The sum of that two number, x plus 1. I am taking x plus 1. If you will take x minus 1, again your result will remain same. 2x plus 1 is equal to 63. The 2x is equal to 62. This 1 will shift it to RHS and it will become minus. 2x is equal to 62. The value of x is 62 by 2, that is 31. And the first number is 31. And the second number is 31 plus 1, that is 32. Now the next question is, a sum of rupees 800 is in the form of denomination of rupees 10 and 20. What this line means? He is having rupees 800 either in the note of 10 or 20, none that other. He is having only either 10 rupee note or 20 rupee note. And the total note of 10 and 20, the number is given to us 50. And you have to find the how many number of note he is having of rupees 10 and 20. What is given? The total money and the total number of note. Now we are going to create the relation between 10 and 20. Let 10 rupee note be x. You can take 20 as well as, it's your wish. Because what is given? The total number of note. If 10 rupee note will be x, then how many the 20 rupee note will be? If you are having 50 note and the 10 rupee note is 20, so how many 20 rupee note will be? 50 minus 20, 30. So if we are having 10 rupee note be x, then 20 rupee note be 50 minus x. Now ATQ, we are going to form the equation. Now I just ask one simple question. If you are having 10 rupee 5 notes of 10 rupee, how much money you are having? 50. If you are having 10 rupee 10 note, how much money you are having? 100. If you are having 20 note, 200. What are you doing? How you are calculating the total amount? You are multiplying the value of the note by its number. Now if we are having 10 rupees having x note, so how much money I am having? 10 into x. And if I am having 20 rupee note 50 minus x, so how much money I am having? 20 into 50 minus x. And the total money, we have only having two notes, either 10 or 20, and I have taken out the money in rupees of 10 and total money in term of rupees 20. I add them and I can put them equal to the total money is having 800. Again I am just telling you, repeating this step. If you are having two note of 10, 20, 3, 30, 10, 100. How we can get the total amount we are having? We are multiplying the value of the note by its number. So that's why I have multiplied 10 with x and 20 with 50 minus x. Now this is just simplification. 10x, 50 into 20, 1000, and 20 minus x minus 20x. Now 10x minus 20x minus 10x, and when this 1000 be shifted to RHS, it will become minus 1000. Minus 10x is equal to minus 200, and this signs get cancelled off. 200 by 10, that is 20. Now you have taken out 10 rupee notes. He is having 10 rupee notes 20. It means total money is having 200, and 20 rupee note he is having 50 minus 20, that is 30, and the total money in term of 20 into 30, 600. And plus 200, 800. Yes, your answer is right. Now, the home assignment for today. Do question number 8 to 14, worksheet 2, chapter 7.